Well, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Listen Doctor Radio, and I'm back with a brand new show. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today's show is going to be a very sad story that I need to bring you guys. Coming from out of Chicago, the city when you want to go at, when you want to die, you go to Chicago if you want to die. If you want to die, if you don't want to take your own life, you go to Chicago. This is the time to take your own life or get your life taken from. Chicago has a problem when it comes to black people, when it comes to poverty. But one of the things they have a problem with that I see is a lot of single black mothers. In this story, this is very heartbreaking and very hard to look at. For me, I almost threw up 3 times watching it. I want you guys to pay attention to it. Please, I got a lot to get through. Pay attention to it so I can give you guys my input. And let's just go ahead and just go right into it.
A non-occupancy order is in effect on this Dixmoor home after police yesterday removed several children ages 2 to 12 along with their 94-year-old grandmother, all they say living in squalor, the victims of severe neglect.
Here's an elderly lady who's in there laying in a bed with a sore diaper on that hasn't been changed. There's no food in the refrigerator.
Police say when they entered, they found 6 children inside the house, along with 5 others who later tried to enter while officers were on the scene. After waiting for DCFS to arrive for 3 hours and still unclear as to what all their relationships were, investigators took them all to the police station. An empty fridge and comments made by the children indicating they needed to be fed.
We fed them last night, pizza and pops, and you thought they had a big party. From the conversation with the kids were talking yesterday, and it upsets me, is that they, at one time they called their mother probably a few days ago and stated that they wanted to have some food, and she told them not to call her. She was getting her hair done.
Investigators took 2 women who they say are sisters into custody. 4 children were eventually released to their parents, DCFS placing the remaining 7 who lived in the house into the custody of relatives while their mothers are investigated. The police chief, however, expressing dismay with the situation as he believes those relatives were aware of the children's plight. Named Giovanna Davis has been charged with 1 count of child endangerment and neglect. Charges against her sister, who is responsible for their elderly mother and for 5 of the children, are still pending, but we are told that we should expect those to come sometime before the end of today.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you thought that was fucked up? Listen to this one. This is the update on what happened to these 2 individuals. Here we go.
Latest Dana. And the Department of Child and Family Services tells us that they have had prior contact at this home, and officials say that one of these mothers has been charged with child abuse and neglect in the past. These 2 half-sisters are behind bars tonight. 20-year-old Giovanna Davis and 32-year-old Chiquita King, charged with child abuse and neglect. King also charged with felony elder abuse after police responded to their home in Dixmoor on Monday.
The elderly lady, a 70-year-old lady who was laying on a soil mattress with a soil diaper on that hadn't been changed. The house reeked the smell of marijuana. There was no food in the refrigerator.
Police say there was mold all over the home, holes in the walls, and mouse droppings everywhere. Inside, a 70-year-old woman, King's mother, and 11 children. 7 of them belonged to the sisters. 4 others were not related.
They were 2 to 12 years old. The conditions, the children hadn't been fed. They were not well kept.
Police Chief Ron Burge says after waiting 3 hours at the home for a DCFS caseworker to arrive, they took the children to the police station to feed them. Burge is disappointed in the slow response time.
one of the things that I hear over and over again is the casework load that so many people are carrying is so high.
Recognizing what he acknowledged as a crisis, this week Governor J.B. Pritzker announced the hiring of an additional 126 DCFS caseworkers to come on board before July 1st.
Our main goal here is to get on this as quickly as possible and with as many resources as we have available to us today.
And I hope they get involved real quickly, and that, you know, there needs to be some changes on how you respond to certain things. But I applaud the governor for what he's done.
And here's a statement we received from DCFS today. The governor has made it clear that protecting vulnerable children is a core priority, and in providing 126 additional frontline staff in his proposed budget, we are taking a significant step forward. His budget also invests in the technology our caseworkers need to do their critical work. This is a start, but a great deal of work remains. And as far as the children taken from this home, of the 11 of them, 7 belonged to these 2 sisters, and they are under what's called a DCFS safety plan. The 4 others who were not related were returned to their families, and the 70-year-old woman is now in the care of the Department of Aging. Live in Dick.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard the story. Now, ain't that some sick fucking shit? These kids were in a fucking house with their grandmother, looks like, starving. I cannot. I'm lying. I can't believe it, because this is what happens with the black single mother. The black single mother leaves their children with the grandmother or a fucking friend or whatever, or relative. They'll go out and get their hair done, to go get some dick, whatever the fuck they want to go do. These kids were in this fucking house with no food. This is the problem that I have with OCS and DCF. You motherfuckers want to work on keeping the child with the parent. That's your job. That's what you want to do. You need to take these kids away from these fucking parents. They're not even parents. These not parents. You heard the young lady, the cop say the children called their mother, and the mother told them to stop calling him. She was getting her hair done. The grandmother, 70 years old, was in the bed with a dirty diaper, dirty bed. The house filthy. This is what you get out of the black mom. And I'm looking on her Facebook page right now, ladies and gentlemen. And this is going to be in a separate clip. I'm looking at her Facebook. One of the people who was arrested, one of the individuals, Miss Davis. I have seen anything on her Facebook, because she burned it out. I don't see anything that says anything about her children being taken. What I do see is on my soul, she put 22 hours ago, on my soul, they never tell the full story. Just the part that makes you look bad. What part of this story are you talking about? Because you got to be talking about that, because it happened on April 1st. What story, part of the story you talking about that they're making you look bad in, sweetheart? Now, I don't know if it was you or your sister that told the kids to stop calling you was getting your hair done. From the looks of it, it looked like it was you, probably. But on that picture that they got of you, that they arrested you, you didn't have your hair done. So it might be your sister that was doing that. And as you see, the other sister, was already previously involved with DCF because of the same thing. She was misusing her kids. She was beating her kids. This is what happens in the black community and the black people. But you motherfuckers are so mad at Kodak Black, and you should be, but you motherfuckers are so mad at Kodak Black because he said he was dating Laura London. Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen. We might not want to hear this. We might not want to hear it. Because the man only been gone for not even a week yet. But Lauren London will get some new dick. That's just a part of life. She will. I die. My wife is going to get some new dick. It's just a part of life. Nobody is not going to stay. They're not. It's not. For him to go out and say that up front, yes, that's fucking disrespectful. It's disrespectful. But y'all so up in the uproar about this. Nobody uproar about these fucking 11 kids. 4 of them were not related. Why the 4 were there? I don't fucking know. Maybe the lady she's just one of the people that somebody drops off. You drop your kid off and you go. But that tells me something about that type of parent as well. You have to be a fucked up individual to walk into this house, send your kids into this house, seeing how this house was. No food, no nothing. This is what we should be mad about. This is what we should protest about. This is what we should be calling a national emergency. We worried about Jesse Smollett. We worried about all this other bullshit that don't matter. These kids are our future. But guess what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen? I can tell you what's going to happen. These kids are going to go back to these parents, and they're going to be the same fucking way. I'm tired of seeing stories like this. I'm tired of seeing our black kids have to go through shit like this. No kid asks us to come here. If you can't take care of them, give them a fucking weight. To people who really want kids. But you bitches are so selfish. You get the money from the Section 8, the WIC, the food stamps. You see a nigga in public, act like you too much. You can't even talk to me. You bougie. Every picture she got on her Facebook, it's a picture of her being bougie. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm this. I'm this. But you leaving your fucking kids in squander? In a hell pit? With the grandmother couldn't even get out the fucking bed? You posted a nigga freestyling, talking about go listen to this, coming soon, but you don't got nothing out there to say help me get my kids back. You don't got nothing on there to say my kids is my love of my life, I need to get them back. Help me. I hate black women with a passion. You motherfuckers like to talk about me and say, oh, you just hate black women because you couldn't get with one. Bitch, I'm married to one. Ain't even about that. I hate the black woman today. You motherfuckers are selfish. Selfish. These kids did not ask to come here. I got women like this in my fucking family. My mother was like this. Drop us off to somebody's house, an aunt house, the neighbor house. My mother was the same exact way. Good thing the lady next door told the child protection and got me out of that shit. Got all 6 of us out of that shit. Where's the father in this? Where's the father? Why the dad not around? Is he locked up? Is he dead? What's going on with this situation? I need to know. You motherfuckers always think it's good to give the parent, the children, back to the mother. The mother's gonna be a great parent. The mother's gonna cherish her, the kid. Because guess what? The mother had it for 9 months in the stomach. She has a better connection with her child. It's just the opposite. She hates that fucking child. She hates that child for every fucking reason. Because She know she'll never be young again. She'll never have those curves again like she had before she had that child. She was getting her hair done. Her fucking hair done. And if you watch this video and you more mad at me for calling these hoes, something is seriously wrong with you. Go jump off a fucking bridge. I want to invite this bitch on my show. And I'm gonna post this video to her page. I said it, bitch. You are a trifling, dirty hoe. You and your sister. Look at this video. And the moment you look at this video and it don't make you sick to your stomach, something's wrong with you. I gotta smoke on this one. Thank you, Alicia, for sending me this video. I really appreciate it. I needed it. Y'all got my fucking blood flowing. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning, editing videos. I go to my email and I look at this. This is in my email. I wake up, make my wife, I didn't really go to sleep. Slept for 2 hours, or 3 maybe. Woke up, made my wife something to eat. Got right back doing my videos. This is sad. On all levels. I hope these kids get the help that they need. But 9 times out of the 10, the parents are going to get them back. The bitch ass mother is going to get them back. And it's just going to keep repeating the cycle. This is what we need to call out. And I'm going to do my work on call in Chicago, DCF, and complaint. Took you 3 hours to get here. 3 hours to get to this house. To get these kids to a safe environment. But you're going to put them right back in the house. Because if you heard, you didn't hear it on the other one, the other story, she already was involved with the DCF people. Evidently, they gave her back the kids. I hate most women. I hate most black women. I do. With a passion. Because this is okay to you motherfuckers. Hair, dick is more important than your kids. Thank you guys for watching.